Are we on the air?
And we're back. Show and Tell Boston After Dark. We had a question. We were talking a little bit in the intermission. When it comes to dating and relationships, should artists be with other artists? Is that a good matchup?
Yes.
You said your answer is yes?
I was talking to Shane earlier today. There's nothing better than a mutual understanding of trying to succeed as an artist. Like, I want to come home around the same time she does and sit down on the couch and curl up and watch something, understanding that we both busted our ass today trying to do something. Like, there's no questions involved. It's kind of just like, yeah, we get it. And if you have a stress, you can talk about it and relate to it. That's like a dream of mine.
That's what I was about to say. That's a fantasy. Really, what you're gonna get, you know what I mean? What you're gonna get, some girl, you know, she probably worships crystals. I was saying,
It depends on the crystal.
she was just like, hey, she was like, my astrology, the stars told me today.
That's not true.
You're
Stars
showing,
told me
you're
today.
showing your poker face,
I
bro.
just like,
That's not true.
I don't like.
If she does, it's okay.
She's like, I don't like your energy. I'm gonna have to sage the shit out of you.
Just smoke in the house because he's burning some
That's
shit.
okay, because sage is good for other shit too. It's
Oh,
good for other areas.
you're one of those
That's
motherfuckers,
true.
aren't you?
Hey, nah, wait, no. But that's
Really
what.
not. I'm not into that all the way. But I definitely do believe in some of this shit.
I like crystals.
I'm not gonna
I
just
like
oppose it. Like, I think you're onto something, honestly. Like, who knows?
I just think on paper, which call it an artist is able to understand another artist. But when you're in the relationship and you're in the moment, and you're both on a creative journey, then it becomes a conflict of interest because you guys. I do think like a lot of artists are kind of like, there's a little bit of you that's like out of touch with reality. You know what I mean? And you have to be a little bit just to be an artist. So having two people that are doing that, it's like.
Yeah,
A little bit.
No, absolutely. And to go into that too, my friend Shane, like me and Shane, we always talk about this. Like sometimes artists they have to wear like different hats, you know, because it's like
It's fashionable.
because yes, of course, but also too like when you're an artist, sometimes we feel like we're superhuman because like the creativity and everything that we put out, it transcends, you know, like just like norms and it breaks barriers. So it's like, and when you're in a relationship, sometimes that dynamic, you know, you have to be able to change it and not try to force anything. So it's like, I understand like even like not just like in relationships but also with like family or everybody that's in your life who is aware that you're an artist or etc. At first glance they're not going to really understand where you're coming from, you know what I'm saying? So it's like to kind of force that upon them or expect like some sort of like entitlement, make them feel like, oh, like I feel like that just you're supposed to be supporting me. There's out there. I don't condone that. You know what I'm saying? Because like again, if you love something, don't force anything. You don't put too much water in the plant. You're gonna smother it. It's gonna, you know what I'm saying? You have to put enough love and patience in yourself to give to give you an understanding that eventually people are going to gravitate towards you.
Wait. I want to say too about the saying that's a fantasy that you had. Because I'm just saying, as artists, right? Like I've been a graphic designer. I've done videography, editing, blah blah. Whatever. Now the hours that you work, it's not like a 9 to 5. I feel like when you're like, yeah, we can come back and then. I feel like, especially if you're really heavy into your craft, your fucking time is all over the place. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you're busy working on your career and she's busy working on her career, like sometimes that shit doesn't align. You feel me? So it's like it's not like a 9 to 5. It's like a whenever to whenever.
So like, if everything I'm working towards comes into fruition, like I'm touring, I'm playing shows around here that are selling out, and I'm probably not gonna see her for like a couple days. that's kind of like even that she would understand. That's what he's working for. He's working towards. He's working towards that before he met me. Right? So like I don't think there is a relationship without sacrifice. So she has to understand that's the sacrifice. And I would have to understand the same thing. And I think but I think the last thing I want is for someone not to understand that. If I'm doing my thing and they're doing something like in a different field, and they're always like asking me like, why the fuck can you like spend time with me or XYZ? They just don't get it, right? That's like the last thing I want. I mean, at the very least, that's what I desire is a understanding of like he's busted his ass for this forever, right? So I have to understand what comes with that territory.
There's still nuances to it, though.
Wouldn't a person in a consistent, okay, you have a person with a consistent schedule versus a person with an inconsistent schedule, because art can take you have to do shit overnight, you have to do something, whatever it is. But you have a person with a consistent schedule who's like, all right, I'm always there, I can be there for this time, you can work around my schedule, versus a person who's like, well, I have this project done, I need to get this done in like 3 days, so you're probably not going to see me, or I'm going to isolate myself in this room and get this shit done. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't that make more sense than two people who have the inconsistent schedules?
I'd say.
I feel like it just depends. It's like the nuances of relationships, you know? Like, what works, like, there's no cut and dry with relationships, you know? There's no puzzle piece, cookie cutter. Like, it's not, everything doesn't work for everybody. Like, I know for me personally, me dating somebody that's in the realm or world that I'm in works for me, because I do a whole lot of booty shaking and all that sort of stuff. I need somebody, you know, but I need somebody that's Caribbean. I need somebody that's gonna understand that, like, me dancing on a dude in a party for 2.2 seconds for this one segment of the song doesn't mean I'm cheating on you. That just means it's a quick, like, I'm Caribbean. We do that shit at Carnival. I bust a wine and it meant nothing to me, because when I go home, I'm doing what I do with you. But it's just like,
I'm busting in a different way.
Okay. But no, for real.
He has to understand it's part of the job.
It's part, you know, like, yeah, kind of, yeah.
No,
It's part of, like, I promote, I turn up, like, and that's part of what I do. And, like, I know, like, for my situation, like, he doesn't necessarily like all that, but at the same time, he understands it and he comprehends it, because he does the same thing in parties. So he's not going to be hypocritical. So, like, I have found somebody.
He be twerking at parties too?
Well, no. Don't do that.
Nah, bocce fish.
Yeah. No. Manana, me man, no batty fish. No, thank you. No. Yeah, no. He's a mature man, so he can comprehend when I'm just dancing at a party having fun. And when he, you know, and not even just working, just in general, when I'm at, like, if I'm at Carnival or just having a good time, you know, like, a dance is just a dance, you know. And for him, if he wanted a girl, I'm not gonna say nothing. That's none of my business, you know. Get your wine, bro. Like, have fun, bro. I want him to have fun in a party. I don't want him to feel stifled in a party.
There's not like, even if he's like lifting her up, he's like,
fuck no. You lost me there, bro. He picking a bitch up. He better be picking me up, shit now. Let me tell you. He better pick me up. But no.
So that goes vice versa too. You don't let a guy pick you up. You're like, hey, big guy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Because I feel like, I mean, in the Caribbean scene, like, and in the Caribbean culture, I definitely feel like there's, like, levels to it. Like, I'll dance on somebody's, like, there's a line. There's definitely a line. Like, I feel like, you know, like, I definitely decide, you know, like, I often will be like, oh, no. Like, I'll be showing out in a party. Let me tell you, I'll be. but
if someone does too much, you're like, stop it.
But yeah, no. I'll be doing all that by myself.
Yeah.
Because I'll be showing out by myself. If a guy comes up behind me, I'll be like, oh, no. No. Like heavy on the stiff arm. Just because I feel like out of respect for my boyfriend, I just need to cool it out, you know?
Like, sorry,
Like if I'm catching a quick little wine, okay, cool, you know, get your quick wine and then walk away. Walk the fuck away because he's right there. Like are you stupid? But no, if you're Caribbean, listen, because if you're Caribbean, dancing is part of the culture. It's not teasing. It's not sexual. It's a dance. You know what I mean? Like a dance is a dance to us. I know a dance may not be a dance to a lot of other cultures, but to us, like me as a Jamaican, me as a Bajan, I don't see dancing as sexual. You know, I might, you know, hit it with a little wine and then I stop because at the end of the day, that was all it was is a wine. You know, like especially Carnival is a good example because at Carnival you gonna dance up. If you go to Carnival, a lot of girls are gonna dance on you, and there's a lot of girls that's gonna put their behinds on you a lot. And
oh Jesus, I'm sorry,
bro,
The
it's
sandy
true.
cheeks.
The
cheeks.
sandiest of cheeks.
The cheeks
bro,
will
the
be sandy.
sandiest.
he sounds like he's gonna like she's doing dance on
Oh
his like,
man.
Yes. Your soul is going to leave your body with the type of booties that's going to be on you at Carnival. But I'm going to tell you this because that meant nothing more than just a dance to that girl. And to you, as a non-carnivaler, as a non-carnivalist, it may hit
do I
different.
pay you?
Right. Like you going to be sitting there like, so
Hey, so what do you
$5?
What are you doing after this? Are you gonna?
Yo, that was me
I know-
the first
I know a pretty
time.
cool
That was me the first time. Bro.
So $5.
Hey, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this.
$10. That wine was sweet.
I know a pretty cool spot downtown if you want to go hang out.
It happens, bro. It
Yeah, what you
happens.
say? Yeah, what you saying?
It happens. Man, catch a wine in the fit and fall in love.
It's true.
Yeah, that's
it do
me.
happen.
Yeah,
that's how I
that's
caught
me.
my man. No
Yeah,
bullshit.
that's me. I'm
I
sorry.
ain't gonna hold you.
I respect
It
that.
happens sometimes. It happens.
Okay, no, real story.
sweet.
In all actuality, I curved him. I curved him from a wine. Yeah. He saw the wine was sweet, and he tried to get behind it, and I walked away.
Oh,
That was part of your game, though.
Nah, no bullshit. I didn't see
wait.
him.
Then how did you guys end up start talking?
Bro, he hit me up on Facebook the next day, like,
You thought you could curve me?
hold on, because fun
I'm
fact.
a DJ.
Fun fact.
I'm your type.
No, because fun fact, right? Because you said curve, right? Why?
curve.
No. Oh, I said curve, right? I said curve for a reason. His entertainment group is called Curve Squad Entertainment. Him and all his friends be getting curved, no bullshit.
Oh shit.
Why would you embrace that?
But it works because they be getting booked. They be getting booked, bro.
They said, "Damn, I'd be getting curved," and then his boy's like, "I'd be getting curved too." You wanna?
On dogs,
We should.
on dogs. Say it ain't so.
Motherfuckers hate us.
It's marketing, bro.
We're repulsive. We should. We should
Shout
do
out
something.
Curve Squad Entertainment.
Shout out Curb Squad.
If they're making bread low key, then
They are making bread
bro,
low key
Hey, shout out
because they
Curve
be
Squad.
booked,
That's
bro. Curve Squad Entertainment.
Okay. So you were saying that your boyfriend is an introverted DJ.
Yes, he is.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I know it don't. Let me
Wait. Does he
explain.
gets booked, right?
He get booked.
That doesn't
bro.
make any fucking sense to me.
All right, so first things first, I will say this. My boyfriend has a love for music. Like, he generally, like, the art form of music, like, if you start talking to him about music, if you start talking to him, like, certain shit, like, I've listened to this man, I don't know shit about battle rap, but let this man start talking about battle rap, bro, he'll go in and in and in and on and on and on. Let him start talking about, like, certain rhythms or certain songs from certain eras, bro, he'll start going on and on and on and on. I've listened to this man not knowing shit. Like, I won't know shit what's going on. But, like, he'll just be so into it. And that's his art. Like, that's his art form. So, like, let him get in his zone playing music. It's like he's in a whole different world.
Facts.
But don't you have to network? Don't you have to talk to people? Like, to be like, we were talking about building a DJ brand, right? You have to fucking network. So it's like,
You do.
how is
But I mean, you do. It's kind of hard, but at the same time, it's like sometimes the craft and the art shows for itself.
You
You
saying
know what I'm saying? Because there's those people who probably started DJing 2 3 years ago, but they're excellent extroverts. They're excellent at putting themselves out. They're excellent at talking to everybody. So everybody knows this person. He's popular. So now you're gonna get booked. I can go and talk to a million people, and all these people know me because I'm outside. Everybody knows me, and they know that a crowd's gonna come because everybody knows me.
I feel like
But if
that's a
you-
contradiction
but-
for what you were
but what-
previously saying.
It's
Nah, but not
not,
even
though.
because
'Cause
when
look-
when you're an introvert, for example, I'm a big introvert, so I'll sit in the house all day long, every day, just perfecting my craft and working on my craft, and then it'll get to a point where I might not be outside talking to everybody, but somebody's gonna hear it, like, yo, this this is different. This is very. But I'm gonna bring it back to Kanye being an inspiration. Kanye locked himself in the summer, in his house for the summer, working on his craft, beating on his craft. They said
That nigga's not an introvert. But go ahead.
No, I'm saying he worked on his craft though.
Okay.
He mastered his craft.
Yeah.
He was inside the house. He wasn't putting himself out at that point. They said they had to come to him. He wasn't
So
taking
like
showers.
that on a bigger scale, I guess.
Well, that's
So
what I'm
on
saying.
on a bigger scale, it's like, yo, if you beating on your craft, if that's what you're doing, it's gonna speak for itself at one point.
No, not. I think that's dope.
So-
but I'm not. What I'm saying is that like just because you locked yourself in your room and fucking worked on your craft doesn't make you an introvert.
Nah, but it makes me an introvert because when I go outside, I barely talk to people. Like, it's to a point where if you ever see me anywhere, for the most part, I'm in the corner somewhere.
Well, I
By
mean, my thing
myself,
is what do
chilling.
you define as an introvert? Like, if we start there, then I can.
All right,
I know I personally
introvert,
can like explain.
introvert.
At least
some-
my boyfriend.
I don't,
Or
I
let me hear
don't,
it.
I don't, I don't care to talk to much people.
Mhm.
I get drained by being around a lot of people all the time.
But you do talk to a lot of people though, right? You don't care to talk to a lot of people, but
I
you
don't.
do.
I don't.
No?
I really don't. I barely
I've
don't.
witnessed it.
I barely don't. Like I said, like it'll be to a point like I'll go out by myself and like I'll be around thousands of people and I'm just chilling there, minding my business, not really talking to nobody unless somebody comes talk to me. You know what I'm saying? To the point that people think I'm stuck up or I'm this, that, and the third, or I'm extra shy. I'm just to myself. You know what I mean? Even to the point where my parents barely know who I am because I barely talk to anybody.
Well, that's a normal thing. Parents not knowing who you are.
Nah,
But nah.
barely.
Nah, bro.
Nah.
It's generally kind of a
Parents
bro.
oftentimes can get a gauge of who you are, especially if you're an extrovert. You're gonna display that. Like you're gonna display your personality on any platform that's possible.
I think usually if you're an artist and your parents are not, then there'll already be a disconnect, and they won't really know
That's
exactly
fair.
who you are.
Yeah,
Nah,
that is
That's
fair.
fair.
Not necessarily, because my family, my dad's side of the family is very well deep into music. Like his great grandfather damn near made compa music. They was the ones that there was the famous pianists. You know what I'm saying? Playing for you know what I'm saying?
Pioneers.
Playing for the kings and queen of France type shit. You know what I mean? My dad was a rocker. You know what I'm saying? He ain't teach me nothing about music, and we barely, you know what I'm saying? We still barely connect to this day. You see what I'm saying? But I've always just been to myself. Just stay to myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a lot for me to actually talk to people and open up to them. Like, a lot.
I don't know, because you're here right now.
It's just different.
And I don't know you from a hole in the wall.
But that's because of me.
It's
Oh,
because
okay,
of me
okay,
too.
It's because of me.
But I'm saying, what I'm saying, like, can people really call themselves introverts if they're actively going to meet new people?
I personally feel like absolutely.
Yes, bro.
Absolutely.
Like if you go on, even if you go on, like especially not just dating apps, but also if you go to like bars.
If you're on a
you'll see
dating
pe-
app, how the fuck are you introvert? You're trying to,
bro, think about it.
you know how
Like,
much
introvert,
energy you have to
dude.
give to
You
somebody
can be an introvert.
just to go and get in their guts.
On
I mean, that's
You never defined what an introvert was, though.
so an introvert. Basically, an introvert is somebody who's very seclusive. Somebody who is not really into like socializing, but you know, like humans, we socialize all the time. But that's one of like the main like descriptions of an introvert compared to like an extrovert. Well, I'm an ambivert, so that's like a combination of both introvert and extrovert. But most of the time, like I'm very outgoing. I like being social. I'm very emotional, so you're gonna see like my heart on the sleeve all the time.
dancing.
Yeah, so that's the way I would describe it. But
Okay.
go ahead.
Wait. You about to go?
I mean, I knew you were an introvert like when you walked into the room. Straight up. It was a reserved feeling of just like, how's it going? Like I dapped you up. It's kind of like you gave me the minimal amount of words you like can offer, right? But back to like what we were saying before, in the art form of what he does, I think he knows that his art speaks volumes. Like he knew that I don't talk much. I don't know if I feel like connecting with people, but they'll get it when I put the shit out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like some people just have that instinct and just feel it. You know, like I feel like there's so many like celebrities out there who are just introverts, but they know that they got it and they just let that shit fly. Right? So Chad Hugo. Like, and that motherfucker speaks like, "Hi, my name is Chad Hugo." Like, what? Like, but he makes the banger, like, that shit bangs. Like,
Check it out. I would like to consider myself an introvert, but it wouldn't make any sense. Do you guys think I'm introvert?
No.
No.
Yeah, but I like to seclude myself, right?
But
so I like to
like-
isolate myself. Now, if we're going by your definitions, I'd be an introvert.
I think he's
Damn.
I feel like
amber
yeah,
skirt?
like I feel like
Amber
you're,
skirt?
It's a what?
Amber skirt? I
It's
don't
an
know.
omnivert.
I said ambivert.
It's an
Ambivert.
ambivert. Yes,
You better say
ambivert.
ambience. You better say
No, I said
Omnivore?
omnivert.
Shawnee.
But like omnivore, yeah.
Shout out to all my omnivores.
Ambivert.
Amber Heard.
Stop him. Amber Heard.
She's
Amber
innocent.
alert. Amber alert.
Amber Alert. Anyway.
I know.
Yeah,
So I don't think secluding yourself is like ultimately makes you an introvert.
It's not necessarily secluding yourself. It's just more of like how you, like your energy and how you go about certain things. Like for example, I tell myself I'm not where I need to be because of the fact that I'm an introvert. Cause I'm not going to promoters. I'm not going to certain people like, yo, can you book me this, that, the third? Cause I'm not trying to I don't have that to just go and be extra social with certain people and just do that and just to do that. I stay to myself and I leave it at that. So
A lot of what it takes to get your name out there.
So it's like I just stay to myself and leave it at that. And it's like, okay, you probably heard me playing one time and you're like, oh damn, I didn't know he can play like that. So now, I'm trying to book you for so and so. All right, cool. So you know what I mean? But I don't like push myself. I don't push myself out there to do certain, like, you know what I'm saying, to really like go and talk to certain people and do certain things to put myself in certain positions. I just let it. I kind of just sit back and do me and try to just let it fall in my lap.
low key, like, I'm glad you said that because, like, performing, like, there's so many times in which I'm just like, I don't want to talk to somebody, right? I'm just like, fuck. All right, but I know myself in my head. I'm like, if you want to get to where you want to get to,
You got to do it.
hey, how's it going? Right? Then you gotta kind of muster it up and go with it.
Yeah.
No, that's
Very
for real.
relatable.
Yep.
Very awkward, and that's
everybody
and
will
then
call you
once, And then once
awkward.
you feel that awkwardness, it's like, oh shit. And then you know what I'm saying. Then
Yeah.
the anxiety starts to kick in. Then you start questioning yourself. You start doing a lot of that type of stuff, and that's where the introvertness comes in. Cause somebody who's not an introvert, all right, whatever, cool. You know what I'm saying?